Hello guys, good morning. I'm Amit and I hope you had liked my first tutorial on Python basics. In this video, I will be interacting with the Python interpreter in Python interactive terminal and discussing about variables, how we can check the data types and some of the boolean types like true and false. I would recommend you to view my first part of Python basics if you are new to Python. Okay, so we got the IP address via DHCP. So the server has booted up. So let's install the Python. We do apt-get Python. Sorry, install Python. Here we will get Python 3. So it's already installed. It's Python 2.7 and we have Python 3.8. There are very minor differences between the Python 2.7 and 3.8. Like if we do in Python, we have print hello. Sorry, you need to be consistent about the quotes. Either you use single quote or you can use double quotes. But in Python 3, if I do print hello, it will give an error. So let's just create the control D. We exit out. So let's create a small script for hello world. We create nano hello.py. So we enter into the edit mode. Here we can type print. It's Python 2.7, so we can use this hello world. Control O for write and Control X for exit. So we can run that Python hello. So we get the hello world. So one important thing in Python is a variable. So what is a variable? A variable is something that we can use to store value. So it can be used to store any type of value. Doesn't matter if it's a string, integer, list, or anything. So just try that. So string 1 equals to hello str1. So this provides type error, so we cannot add a string and an integer. So the same applies for the Python 3 as well. Like we can have int1, we can have int2, we can add those, but we cannot add int1 into str1 is not defined. So we can define str1 equals to hello, and here this gives the same error, like we cannot add two different types. So you can refer the PEP8, which is the Python style line guide. There are some reserved variables that we cannot use for naming convention, and you can refer that. Just you can go there. Yeah, yeah. So these variables we cannot use as a name. So we cannot use false, as, is, in. These are defined inside Python. So if we use these things, it will mess up with our code. So if we see the naming convention, like we can use single lowercase letter, uppercase letter, we can use lowercase, we can use lowercase with underscore, we can use uppercase, we can use uppercase with underscore letters, and we can have numbers as well in our variable name. Our variable can start with underscore, it can start with double underscore. So you can refer the Python documentation PEP8 for the naming convention. So how do we know like which type of data is which object? So let's check that. So just exit out of it, Control D, Python, Control D, Python 3. So let's say I have int1 equals to 1. So we have a type function that can tell us the type of this int1 and this int1. It says it's an integer. So we can have str1 equals to hello. So we can check type. So we see the str is a string one. So let's say we have a list of some words. We have 1, 2, 3, A. So we see list one is a list of word. We can check the type of list one. And it says it's a list. So we can also perform various operations over integer and strings like we have int1 equals to 1, int2 equals to 3, and we can add those int1 plus int2 we got 4. We can say int1 into 4 we get int1 into 4 we get this. We can say int1 to the power 4 we get this. And let's say we have string 1 equals to hello. We have string 2 world. We can add those strings str1 plus str2 we get hello world, and we can add space in between like this, so we will get hello world. So we can see like on over integer we can perform various mathematical operations like we can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So this is floating division and we call this as an integer division. If we do this we get a floating point number. If we do this we get an integer, and this is a modulus like if we divide x by 1, whatever is the remainder we will get as this. And we have x to the power y, and let's do this. So let's say we have 9 divided by 2 we get 4.5, which is a floating number. We can check type of 4.5. We see it's a float, and we can do the same thing, but we put double slash, so we get the remainder, which is 4, and it's an integer. We can check that it's an integer. And if we do x percentage y we will get the remainder. Let's see, 9 percentage y we get 1, because 1 is the remainder for 9 divided by 2. We can also perform the boolean operation like we say int1 equals to 5, int2 equals to 7. So we say int1 equals to int2 we get false, and we say int1 greater than int2 we get false. We get int1 less than int2 we get true. We can say int1 not equals to int2 we get true.
Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. If you find this tutorial helpful, like and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notifications of upcoming tutorial. See you guys in next tutorial for string and list, and we will create our first script to telnet the router and switch, and we will fetch some information from there. If you guys have any queries, you can put your comments in the comment box below and I will get back to you. Thank you.